Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed on Nasdaq. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half, not to mention one of the most liquid index ecosystems in the world. Joining us this Friday afternoon, we have Sara, Mehle, ESG index strategist with Nasdaq Global Indexes, to discuss key stats in the Nasdaq-100, performance attribution, and technical levels to watch. Sara, it's great to see you as always. Let's jump into it. What are the stats that you were taking a look at?
Hey, Joe. Yeah, so with 3 days left in the month of August, I wanted to go ahead and take a deep dive into what has driven the Nasdaq-100 index higher. So Nasdaq-100 through yesterday's close, of course, not taking in today's about 3% loss, is up 1.61% in August on a total return basis. If the Nasdaq-100 is able to finish this month in the black, this will be the first time that we've seen 2 consecutive positive months since December of last year. Right now, we do remain, about 21% off of that 52-week high that we hit November 22nd, and we're about 19% above that low that we saw on June 16th. So from a overbought or oversold perspective, which I have on this image here on the screen, you can see that right now we're 45% overbought, and we can see that reading goes back and forth. It's a normal distribution curve. So we were heavily oversold back in May. We were almost 90% oversold. We've seen that reading, normalize, and now we're 45% overbought. So right there in the middle of that 10-week trading band. So not too overextended either way. But like I mentioned today, we have seen about a 3% pullback, and just looking at the daily returns of the Nasdaq-100 over the last few months, this is the worst day we've seen since that June 16th low. So today's tough. Hopefully, next week we're able to see some strength and some rebounds here. But again, August, 1.61% gain, where 59 stocks in the Nasdaq-100 index moved higher, while 41 of them fell.
What about performance attribution?
The top gainers within the index, the typical Apple, we have Meta, Amazon, PayPal, and Atlassian's up there with the top 5. And we see the tech sector driving the index over the last month. But what I found to be interesting is if you take a deeper dive into tech, so, looking in computer hardware and looking in software, we really aren't seeing all areas of tech participate right now. So semiconductors actually have finished the month down, or are down right now if we were to finish today. And then also within the consumer discretionary sector, we're seeing strength from retail, travel, and leisure. And then surprising enough, we've seen autos lagging. So Tesla down on the month. And, looking into industrials, that was another sector that has added, including stocks like Adobe and PayPal, looking at those transaction processing server stocks. So when we break it down a little further, it's interesting to see that those areas like semiconductors and autos and parts really have lagged over this past month.
And Sara, to wrap up here, let's get some fresh technical levels to watch.
Yep. So looking at the point and figure chart, one of my favorite things to look at here, we did see the chart pull back into a column of O's. I've highlighted on the chart all the yellow. So all the yellow is action that we've seen happen in August. So we saw that move higher and then that pull back. And today we've actually added another O to this chart. It happened right before this recording, so I didn't have time to update that. But what this shows us is that this still is considered a normal pullback. We're still trading on 3 consecutive buy signals. We're still trading in an overall positive trend. And you know what, from here, we're looking for that reversal up, and then that, hopefully 4th consecutive buy signal there at 13,800. And then from here, we do have support at the 12,150 level. That is right around that trend line as well. So that will be one to watch. But again, we're right there, almost at that midpoint in that trading band. So again, this is, although it doesn't feel that great, as I was mentioning before, just from an objective point of view, that this is a normal pullback.
All right, Sara, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.